Yeah, listen, we're just going to hop right into it.
Why
This is
not?
Welcome to Sorry for My Behavior featuring Otiano.
That's me.
And I'm Steve.
Great guy. Fantastic, actually.
Thanks, O.
Of course.
Yeah. O and I met at the local restaurant that we work at.
Prost. German food. Prost means cheers in
Cheers
German?
mean,
Cheers in
yeah.
German. So prost to all of the German people maybe watching.
Yeah, if you're German and you're watching this,
Prost.
it's kind of because of you.
It literally is only specifically because of you. Would that generalize it? Do you feel like that's too generalizing?
What, that Germans are the reason we're
Yeah.
here?
Do you think that like now like we're dissing everybody else? Or
No.
no?
No, I think we're probably hyping up Germans too much. But
I don't know. Maybe they need. I mean, like history's history, but I feel like I actually heard that there's a lot of like ethnicity going on in Germany right now. I feel like there's a lot more than what there used to be.
like there's more ethnicity?
Yeah. Maybe that more. It's more diverse, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Definitely more diverse. I would say I haven't been to Germany. I don't have any friends in Germany. I know really nothing about it. But from what I hear through like my, picking up of the news sometime on social media,
Yeah.
and that's if you trust it or not. It just seems like, people who look like me and who are close to, darker complexions are having a great time out in Germany.
I don't think, yeah. Yeah.
More or
Yeah.
less now than they would, I feel like maybe in 1970.
I think overall, yes.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah, right?
but just because they're not having a great time just because they look like you.
Yeah,
out in
no, well,
Germany.
yeah, no, I feel like that would kind of be a problem,
It's all individual.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like over time Germany said, "Hey, we like everybody." And then in return, they got everybody. I you know? I
Yeah, podcast episode 1 discussion, hop right into Germany.
I love it, man. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
And the socio.
I love it.
Anyways, yeah, so this is this podcast is brought to you by right now Steve and O.
Amazing duo.
And this is it.
You know what I feel like, man? I feel like there's a question I've been meaning to ask you for a while, actually.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, cause it's kind of it's just been on my mind. It's specifically, you know, I don't know if the people know that, but you're from New Jersey,
Yes.
and then you came down to North Carolina.
Yeah, real quick before
Okay.
we go even going further, that
Okay.
if you're not new to ManDancing, you know that yes, in fact, ManDancing started in New Jersey, but you might not know that I did in fact move to North Carolina. The rest of the boys are still in New Jersey, and okay, you can go.
That was kind of like my whole point is that like you're from New Jersey, and whatever image that you had starting Man Dancing, right,
Mm-hmm.
has carried into North Carolina, which is currently where this is being filmed in the great background of our Cape Fear River. My question to you is though, is that message that you wanted to bring through Man Dancing? Could you like possibly explain it to me so I have a better understanding? And then B, second question, um, how do you think that message carries into North Carolina from Jersey? And is there any difference between the two states? Like, do you think it's changed? Do you think it's shape shifted at all between crossing states? Because I know there was a reason as to why you wanted to move eventually, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like with that becomes development of your brain and evolving as a person. So I want to know if the message that you brought with your guys' group has changed at all.
That's a good question.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been trying to wait to like find a way to
Yeah,
ask it.
yeah.
So I was hoping that was like a good way.
No, I like that. I like that there's going to be hidden things about this that we
Yeah.
aren't aware of until we show up.
Yeah.
The message behind the band, I think, has always been something along the lines of acceptance of self and growth and choosing to confront the darker parts of one's life. Some may call it the shadow self,
Shadow Realm.
the shadow realm. Yeah, I think it's about confronting the shit in your life that you don't want to deal with, but you kind of know you have to in order to get better.
Okay.
And that has always seemed to be the ethos of the band, or at least for me. And then, yeah, it's changed a whole lot.
You think so?
I just like, well, the fact that I'm not with the guys.
Yeah, of course, of
That's the
course.
biggest thing.
Correct.
The second thing is Man Dancing had found itself in somewhat of a community in Jersey as far as our name was known around different circles and different pockets, and here it's like, one, people don't even know who I am, which is fine, and that's not a complaint. But yeah, I
Right.
think a lot of it's changed, but the ethos of it continues to be that. Like,
Okay.
this whole symbol thing has just been a compass in my life.
Okay.
This this
Would you
thing.
care to explain that,
Yeah.
or is that too
No,
much?
no, I will. Yeah. So,
Okay. My-
oh, see, it's great because a lot of this shit's so esoteric. Like, it's
right,
just so strange.
dude. What a
This.
good word, man.
Thanks.
Good word.
I figured we're starting a podcast. I need to start using words like
Yeah.
esoteric.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever used that word
Really?
ever. No, that's a new one for me, and I like the way it comes off the. It's a tongue feel.
Esoteric. Esoteric.
Esoteric. I think that might be one of my new favorite words, man. I just like the way it sounds.
That's my
I don't know if
goal.
it's you saying it or if it's like I like the word. I think you just say it a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna introduce new words.
New words?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I'm learning from
Yeah.
it. I'm
New
learning.
word of the day.
I will not teach you a word. Unless I go. Actually, you know what? That's gonna be my goal is to teach you a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you a couple things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what I looked up on the way
Hmm.
here? What glazing meant.
Are you serious? Did you
Yeah.
find? So what was the definition that you found?
To overly praise somebody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got it. That's
Yeah.
glazing. That's
Yeah.
glazing.
So
That's good, man. You should start using it. I mean, personally, I
it's
feel
a fun word.
it's a fun word.
Glaze.
Now you can use it as like you're glazing somebody, which I tend to do because I like to hype up my friends. I feel like that's just a normal thing. You
Yeah.
know? It might be overboard, but they gotta know that I have mutual love for them and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So or it could be like you don't agree with one certain person and your friend loves them to death, right?
Mhm.
You're like, man, you're just glazing.
Yeah.
That's this is an example of how you
Yeah.
would use it. So
It's just you're blowing smoke.
yeah, you're blowing smoke. You're blowing
Yeah.
smoke. The guy's actually a piece of shit, and you're just fucking glazing him.
It's
Sorry,
good.
you know what? Sorry for my behavior. That was a little bit. Too much. Did you see what I did there?
You use the name of the podcast.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a good moment to kind of bring it in, because I kind of went up. Some might say
Here.
crash out.
Check this out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was. I don't know. That kind of was like how.
Comedians will sometimes do that.
Yeah.
Well, that like, or at least
It calmed me down.
Good.
I don't know
Good.
why. It calms me down.
Yeah.
I wasn't even excited, but it was like.
It's like when you throw a piece of cheese on a baby's head.
Yeah.
You ever seen the videos of that?
No, I haven't. I've seen them throw it on dogs' head, and their neck gets scrunched up like that. Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't calm them down. Maybe it just freaks them out, and it seems calm. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
But hey, back to your tattoo. You were gonna, but
Yeah, when I was 19, I was going through some stuff, and this symbol showed up in my life, and it made me feel like things were okay, and I didn't really know what it meant, so I just kind of clung on to it.
yeah.
And then it just has acted a little bit like a North Star or like a
Okay.
compass in my life.
Okay.
And it's hard to explain. I don't know if anyone else out there has images or symbols or totems that when they see, they just, oh, I'm okay.
I feel like everyone should.
Do you have anything like that?
A symbol for say, I mean, I'm an artsy person. I do have tattoos and whatnot. I don't have a tattoo on me that I would say is more or less my compass.
Well, it doesn't have to be a tattoo.
It doesn't, but I mean, I feel like if it is, like that means like it's important to you. As like that seems like very important, like, and you explained it as it is important to you. So I'm trying to think of something of that relevance and that amount of emotion towards me as an attachment of a symbol. Um, I like the number 18, man. I know this is like not a symbol, but it's a number. Anytime I see the number 18, I even have it tattooed on the back of my neck, right?
Alright.
So I guess that it does actually have the same, kind of relevance to what we're talking about. But 18 is like, it just feels good. And looking at it feels good. Saying it feels good. It just feels right to me. It's like it's just a right number. Um, I really don't know why I picked it. I think I liked
Or did it pick you?
I think it might have picked me, man, because somebody asked me like when I was really young what my favorite number was, and I always thought it was stupid to have a favorite number because I was like, there's just too many. How could you just have one?
I felt that way too.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, well, hold on, they might actually have something like.
Maybe it was because I didn't have one. I felt bad, so I was just like, well, that's
Yeah,
dumb. It's
yeah,
dumb.
yeah. I just
Why?
thought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought of a reason not to get one
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah.
and then over time, I was like, well, I do like the way number 8 looks a lot. And then I turned 18, and I was like, dang,
Mhm.
18 even looks better. So I think 18. Anytime I see the number 18, it's crazy because I'll see it a lot. Like I think that's also why it is my favorite number because it's random whenever I see it. Like I'll see it in any aspect. I'll be at work and the number 8 it will just be a ticket that has the number 18 on it and then I'll turn around and then somebody will say the number 18. It's just then 18 pops up in my life a lot from it not to have an impact on me. So I believe that anytime I see it I get calm and makes me feel good. I know things are looking up when I see the number. It just calms me down. It soothes my brain per se.
The number.
The number itself, yeah. I think if that's kind of on the same line of your symbol.
Yeah. Can I add to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, 18 is fun because you have the number 1, and then you got the 8, which is infinity. So
Yeah,
to me, it says 1 and then all. You know what I mean?
I think I might steal that. Is that okay?
Yeah. Take it.
I actually am gonna take
Some people
that.
will call it justification, which is fine.
I mean, I'll give you credit. Like I'm gonna be
No,
like,
I don't need credit for it. Well, it's fun. Man dancing, that's what the name means to me.
really,
Yeah.
really, one in
Mhm.
infinity,
Well, man, one man dancing, or like man is in mankind.
right? Oh, it could go either
So
way.
it's all
It
and
could go
it's
either
so it's one
way.
and all.
Okay, so there's this
It's all encompassing.
group, this rap group that I listen to from time to time called.
You listen to rap?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
I think when I listen, because I listen to a lot of genres of music. Like I listen to most genres of music I say out there. Like there's probably some that I just people are gonna list that like I have no idea what it's about.
Yeah.
But I would like to consider myself pretty artistic and like fueled by music.
Sure, 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 sure.
And rap one is one of them that I get fueled by. But I use rap as like that's when I want to get spicy. And what I mean by spicy, it kind of fuels my creativity. Like it makes my gears turn and I don't know, it's just it is the genre itself I feel like has a bad look on it from time to time. But if you just take it from an artistic standpoint, which is what I try to do in anything that I try to take just the art from it from the beginning and the get go, so nothing like sways my opinion on it. It could be pretty blissful. I feel like it can be, depending on however you look at it, and especially if you look at it from an artistic standpoint. Which brings me to 41. The reason why they're called 41 is because
The group.
the group is called 41.
Is it spelled out?
It's just the
The numbers. Yeah.
numbers 4 and 1.
Okay.
It's because they like all for one, and then if you flip it, it's one for all, and that's how they live their entire group. They said that no matter what, if somebody's winning, we're all winning, and that's how they got the name.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Similar.
yeah, kind of, yeah, you know what I'm saying, kind of
Yeah.
similar. I just like I like ideas like that because it just seems like it makes you feel like you're not alone in whichever situation you're in.
No, yeah, and one could say you could grasp at as many of those ideas as you want in order
For
to feel
sure.
not alone. But I think most of the times the ones that are important to us just kind of jump out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they reveal themselves,
yeah.
which is funny. That's this revealed itself to me. The band revealed itself. It's all about revelation.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Evolving, I feel like at the same time.
Evolving and revolving and revealing.
Revealing,
Mm. Which
trying to
is
find
nice.
trying to find new paths to certain ideas that you have.
I've been so closed off to the idea of doing a podcast for so long.
Do you wanna explain why?
Well,
Or just do we even need to know the why? Because we're doing one now, so I
no, I
guess
don't.
what?
I don't think so. I think that'd be. No, I'd rather not explain. It's just
Okay,
nice to do it.
right?
It's just nice to do it. I want to share this, and that is when we had first met, and we got to riffing and joking around.
Right.
I remember thinking, "Oh, I'd like to do a podcast with that guy."
That's amazing.
Which which is
That's
like that just that thought
that's amazing.
never happens
Yeah.
anywhere or even with me. It was never crossed my mind, and then it was just like, oh, and I think here's why. It's just because I like talking with you.
Yeah,
Like it's
same.
like I just it doesn't matter if this does well
Yeah.
or this
And it's a
you
great
know.
conversation we always have.
Yeah,
For
yeah. And
sure.
it's like
Yeah.
this let's just see where this can go.
Yeah.
And already we're here. And I just want to tell the viewers at home that OTO this has been like a 35-minute hike to this spot.
It has been. It's been a while. We were walking for a while.
And that's not a complaint. I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I'm just want to let people in.
We're in deep.
Yeah.
We're into this deep for sure.
We got the gear and we came out here to have chat.
And I feel like that just shows how much we're into each other's and each other's brains. Like, I would never I'm a very honest person. I would never do this with you if I didn't like you at all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Appreciate that.
I don't like faking being into somebody. I don't like faking emotions like friendship and stuff like that because I hate wasting my time and I hate wasting time with people that I don't like.
Yeah.
And it's just a bothersome. And I want to be able to be as authentic. There's a lot of things that I want to be able to do. So me being out here, like, and I love it out here. Like, I told you this is like one of my favorite
Yeah,
spots
yeah,
to
yeah.
me. I would usually just come out here by myself. For me to bring you on just shows me that like you're somebody that I appreciate to the max.
Damn, man. I really thanks.
Yeah.
It's been a fun and strange thing being new somewhere, especially in my early 30s.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And like having to make friends
I bet.
and having to like immerse myself into a new scene. So, just lately in general, I've been having a lot of like emotional I don't want to say heaviness, but just a lot of emotional pushes and things changing. And I don't cry.
Yeah.
I'm not a crier. I wish I was.
Actually, you know what? Same.
Like because I do I find myself, I feel a lot.
Right.
And I think a lot. My mom says that I don't cry and it comes out in my music.
Okay.
Like that's part of the reason. I don't know what I think it's just Irish Catholic fucking years of burying down things and then it being genetic. But
Do you mind me asking you a question real quick before you continue?
well, I just wanted to finish that
Okay.
by saying like I don't cry, but lately it's been feeling like, man, I just feel so blessed lately,
Really?
and that and that my life is so full, and I just kind of want to let like. So this feels like a little bit of a good outlet.
Like
for that.
euphoria. Like yeah,
No,
euphoric.
just
Euphoric.
kind of, just like, you ever kind of just feel that the weight of it all in a way that is like, it's joyful, but it's also sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like good things are going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But the weight is a sign of that.
Exactly.
You would think.
That's what it feels like.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it euphoria, but I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
No, that's good.
And,
That's good.
And it's nice to share that with you.
That's got me thinking, man. Because what you said, your mom said, is that you don't cry because you cry through your music. Now, I feel like with crying is like is a form of release of emotion,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be pain, joyness, whatever that is. When you do your music, right, and when you pursue music and when you record your music and you push it out into the world, do you feel a release emotionally when you do that?
I've never really quite thought of it like that.
I feel like that would if you do, that means she really might actually have a point. I'm not saying she doesn't, but I'm saying like because that's the first thing that I thought is because if it's releasing something in your brain, you feel like something has got off your chest. I feel like that would be
Yeah.
a good sign is that's accurate,
When I was performing live a lot more, yeah, I would agree with that a lot
right?
more. But like with putting digital recorded music out, yeah, no, there's more of a release. I mean, of releasing the music, but yeah, it's more of this ain't just mine anymore.
Okay,
This can be other people's as well,
right,
and you can feel it too now.
right.
So yeah, that's
More
always that.
impactful from like different people's opinions and emotions brought into the project is what you're saying.
Yeah, or like you'll inherently start trying to listen to the same song that you've heard a bunch of times, but through another person's
Okay.
experience, which
Okay.
doesn't seem possible.
Nah, yeah.
So it's all imaginary.
Right. At the end of the day, yeah, you can only imagine so far, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of
Well, dang man, I personally I would like to say thank you for this opportunity. Just
course.
just just for me, cause I'm a I'm a lot of people wouldn't know this about me, but I'm really shy, like extremely shy as a
Yeah.
person. But nobody would ever believe that or see that in me, and it's because I've gotten really good at like putting up this front of I
Mhm.
love talking to people. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the most extroverted person out there. I'm kind of like quite the opposite, and that I'm an introvert. But I told you last week, man, that I just am really scared of people thinking I'm boring or awkward in
Mm.
social settings. So I kind of push myself to try to break new boundaries and try to be as social as possible to where I can actually just be comfortable with going and talk to Sally who I don't know at the bar or John who I don't know in the coffee shop. Like I say, all this is all these are all like tests for me. And any
Yeah.
social setting, it's a test and it's more of a practice for me to get more comfortable in talking to people. So I just want to say thank you for this
Gee,
opportunity to help
absolutely.
myself out. Because that's what it feels like to me. That's soothing. That's
Soothing.
that's soothing. That's soothing.
No, I'm grateful. I really am because we're gonna we don't we're gonna reach heights we never thought possible.
I mean, I'm pretty tall, but where we're going, I'm thinking like far up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking far. No, I know we're going far up. I think we have a good dynamic that a lot of people would be able to listen to and connect with.
Who's your top guest? Like right now.
That we that that
Like you would want to have on a podcast.
that okay.
Who
So
would you want to interview?
out of here, like that
No,
we know,
just
just
fucking
in
in
general,
the whole world.
in the whole world right now, who would I want on the podcast? That's an interesting question.
I'll tell mine then. It's the Pope.
The Pope?
I think it'd be fun.
That would be interesting.
Imagine having the Pope.
And like in between us too would be crazy. That we would be reaching no new
Yeah.
lengths with that. That would be good. Now that you say that, I gotta rethink. You know who I want? The I don't know if it's a president or the top lady in charge of New Zealand right now. She's known for doing a lot of good things down there, and I feel like she would have a good brain to pick because she runs New Zealand like pretty well. Like during COVID, she I'm pretty sure they didn't let anybody out and they didn't let anybody in. And she said until this gets over, we're just we're shutting down and we'll be able to live by it. We're fine. And their rates for COVID were like slim to none, I believe. I'm not sure.
You just want
Don't.
to talk to a powerful lady?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that would be. I feel like just having a powerful lady on the podcast would be kind of cool. Cause then it just gives us a different outlook.
Yeah, especially because it is man dancing.
Man, yeah. You see,
Yeah.
we can have women dance too.
Can they?
I feel like it would be wrong to say they can't.
It'd probably be quite factually
Yeah, I,
wrong.
I,
Yeah.
I feel like we would probably get some looks to
You know
say
what's funny is this is gonna sound insane, but the name man dancing never had anything to do with like
a
a
gender.
man or anything like
I
that.
didn't think it did. It doesn't feel that way.
There's this goalkeeper named Steve Mandanda,
Oh,
and he played for this French team. And the reason why that's significant, and I've mentioned it before
okay,
on other channels or whatever, but man dancing comes from the name Mandanda,
okay.
and then
Mandanda's a good name,
it's
first of all.
it's a
That's
strong
I
name,
was
dude.
literally gonna say strong.
It's strong.
It's a strong name.
Me and my buddy Josh would play FIFA quite often. And
Okay.
this is before Man Dancing the band existed, and he and I were gonna start a group, and we'd play FIFA a lot, and I would often play with this team just because the goalkeeper's name was Mandanda.
Oh, that's
And I'd
awesome.
get so excited when
That
he'd say it.
oh, that's awesome.
Mandanda. We'd say Mandanda strong.
The
And then
Mandanda strong.
we were just on an L ride one day, and I just out loud said Man dancing,
and it fit.
and it just like stuck in my head. And then 4 years later, I make a record with Ben,
That's awesome.
and that's the name.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. You never know how like certain things could like work. Is this goalkeeper still alive today?
I'm sure. Yeah, he's still alive.
It would be so crazy if you could
Oh.
explain that to him. I think that would probably be like an end goal. I mean, I'm not saying it should be yours,
I
but
That's funny. I've never thought of that.
I think that would be a cool end goal. Like, not end, but like just like a bucket list thing. Like, hey man,
Dude.
you're the reason why. You're the reason why I am the way I am today. So thank you.
The Pope seems more reasonable. It seems more, for some reason,
You
in
think
my
the
mind.
Pope?
No, it's just in my mind, for some reason, it seems like it'd be easier to get the Pope here
Then him?
than him.
What? Well, you said he's from what was the
I
goal
don't know. I
team?
think he's from France.
France?
Pope's nearby.
Where's the
My
Pope?
cousin knows the Pope.
Your cousin actually knows
My
the
cousin
Pope.
knows the Pope.
You should have just started with
I
that.
should've
Wait
started with
a
that.
minute. Okay.
I don't know if they're on first name basis, but
I even be honest with you. This is the closest to the Pope I've ever been.
I think it was, and it must have been this past Easter or whatever. But my cousin held the Pope's hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
I'm not. This ain't a bit either.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
taking
yeah.
this very seriously.
Yeah.
But like, is that like a job? Like, is there a job to hold the Pope's hat?
Pope's hat holder.
Yeah, is that a thing?
It was during the Easter ceremony, and he was chosen.
He was like, hey,
He was chosen.
here's a hat.
Well, full disclosure, he's at the Vatican studying to become a
Oh, okay. And where does the Pope? I'm like, first of all, I'm really bad with like learning a lot of things that have to do with religion and stuff like that.
Did you-
I'm not saying
priest. Can I ask you?
go ahead.
Did you grow up with much religion?
No, not really. No, not at all. I think
Just reggae.
just reggae, and it was because my parents more Rastafarian first than
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So and in that way of life, a lot of people think like Rastafarianism is like a religion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not. It's just how you carry your life and how you breathe into the world, if that makes sense. And
Well, yeah.
I think that's just kind of carried me more than religion has.
I'm still listening. I just want to make sure.
No, you're good. Do your thing. Are we golden? Crispy fruit?
Yeah. Keep it going.
So yeah, and I like I said, man, I just feel like it's more or less a it's I like learning about religion, but I'm not the most religious person out there, you know? Like I like to acknowledge it from a safe distance, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there's a lot to learn out there, and I feel like without knowing it all, I can't really make a good judgment, you know?
Like, what do you mean?
Like what as terms of like what I believe in, you know, and what that and how I'm gonna let it affect
Oh,
me.
so let's say you're not gonna have much opinions on.
Correct.
someone's
I
religion.
try to stay pretty opinionless when it comes to religion, mainly just because uh you can get canceled real easily in certain places, you know? Like people will cancel you real quick for your political views and your religious beliefs, you know, and whatnot. So I feel like it just makes my brain, which is already scattered, a lot easy. It just makes it easier for my brain just to justify as not have a lot of opinion about it and just consume information.
Yeah.
So my whole point was is that like I really have no idea where the Pope is based.
Well, the Pope, from what I understand, is at the Vatican
Okay, and the Vatican is
in Rome.
in Rome.
But
Okay.
it's its own place.
Okay. Like at the Vatican, it's like it's just a city.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Like
how
it's a piece of land that's just like like you have the Vatican, and then here's Rome right next to the Vatican.
something like that. I
Okay.
actually don't even know enough about it.
Okay. But your cousin knows that he's just not on first name basis, but has met the Pope and held his hat.
Yeah.
I think that's a height. I think that's actually like pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Now, how do you feel about the Pope car? Have you seen those cars?
Yeah.
Where he's like standing in it?
Yeah.
That's so interesting that they made a
Yeah.
whole special vehicle for the Pope just to do this number. And humans are so interesting in the fact that like that got him going, you know? Like that's like people go out and will like wait out hours just to see this guy in the special vehicle just do this number here. And I wonder if it's a sign of peace and prosperity to them, if that's why they get so excited about seeing the Pope. Is the Pope supposed to be like the savior? And this might sound really, really idiotic, but would the Pope be like Jesus Christ's disciple? If that's the right terminology for it, or is it like?
That's actually a good question.
Because I'm not. Again, like I said, I'm not the the biggest geek when it comes to religion. I just like learning about it. So anytime I get a chance to, I try to pick people's brains on it.
I think it's like I think it's like hmm. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
To give it, okay,
I
okay,
just know that the Pope is like the holiest person within the hierarchy
and
of
yeah,
holy people
that's what I know.
in the Catholic Church.
That's exactly that's the full extent to what I know. So it's just interesting to see like people go out there.
They're like head of the label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and what made that's interesting. Maybe actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I won't look that up later. I probably will not. I'm like certain topics. I just wait until I get the information for.
Well, here's what we could do is some of these topics and some of the answer to these questions, I'll come back next week.
Okay,
Next week,
and
you know what I mean?
we'll get some
Yeah.
answers.
Well,
Get some answers
you don't
going.
have to worry about the answers. I'll take care of the answers.
Really, you would do
Yeah,
that for me?
I will.
You're a nice guy.
I will. Thanks.
You're a nice guy. That's something that I would never do. So like, I mean, just like
Don't even sweat it.
you good guy. That's a good guy, man.
Man, I'm glad this is working out.
I am too. I feel like the way like how solid this is. I don't know how much time has passed by. First of all, I'm not worried about time at all. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't know how much time has passed by, but how solid this is and how fluid it's going. Like as many topics as we just like flip through
Yeah.
off the tongue is just crazy. I feel like this is kind of like working out exactly how I expected to.
And yeah, it's gonna be cool to see how and where it grows.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause talking in front of a camera is just such an odd thing.
Because nobody's listening right now until later.
Yeah. Except I'm listening.
Exactly. So it's better to have somebody with you. I feel like.
Yeah, it'd be harder if it was just like, hey, this is what I'm doing,
Yeah,
and which maybe we'll do one day. Which
Yeah,
is fine.
maybe do some like just solos,
Just some
solo
solo
dolos.
casts.
That's cool with me.
But
Maybe you're gone one week. Maybe I'm gone one week. We'll ride it solo.
yeah,
Because we're trying to record every Monday, right?
people have been asking me, well, what's it about? What's the podcast going to be about?
Really?
Yeah, because I've maybe told.
No, I
couple-
mean
a
that's
couple
fine.
people,
That's
you
fine.
know,
I don't.
say, oh, I'm
yeah,
gonna do a pod.
yeah.
We've been trying to move in silence, but
like lasagna. Yeah. There you go. That was good.
thanks.
That was pretty good. Hey, keep that in.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah, no,
keep
you
that
know,
in.
well,
Keep that in. That's good.
So we've been trying to
Figure out what's the main topic.
oh, storage is full.
Storage is full. Want to rock on with the voices? Get some scenic cuts.
Yeah, unless you got your phone.
Mine's about to die. Mine's
Alright.
pretty close to death.
All right, so I guess we're gonna finish with
What this could progress to?
yeah. People have been saying, "What's it about?" And I kind of don't want to think about what it's gonna be about.
I don't either.
The name is "Sorry for My Behavior." I feel like we're gonna end up talking about things that maybe we feel guilty about or we feel like we want to get better,
Yeah.
which probably seems like a good
That's
idea.
good. That's very broad of a subject. So that
Yeah.
can really be anything.
It's like, oh well, I felt guilty about not holding the door for Lady Barbara yesterday at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
checkout.
And I want to do better next time.
Exactly.
Sorry for my behavior.
Sorry for my behavior.
That's golden. That's a gold star in my book
Damn.
for sure.
Well, here's the thing. I think being that the storage is full,
We should cut it.
we should cut it.
That's good for the first one. I feel like.
Damn. I don't want to stop.
I don't either. But hey, no, no because if we do too much, we leave them with this,
Yeah.
so they come back hungry for more.
Yeah. What? It's an old camera anymore. I'm not looking in the
I don't know why I
camera.
keep doing that too,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
all right.
whatever. No, they're hungry right now. They're hungry for our faces and our voice. And let's keep it that way.
All right. How are we gonna sign off?
Feel like we just cold cut it. This one, cold cut. Would that be the proper terminology? Sorry
Cold-
for my behavior.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry for and then we'll
And then
yeah, that's good. Sorry for my thank you for listening to Sorry for My Behavior. Right, just imagine there being a camera that's
Yeah.
filled up. Shouts out to you guys, always listening.
and as always, sorry for my behavior.
Sorry for my behavior. And then cold cut right
And then
there.
peace.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
That was good. That was pretty good, man.